Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and in this video I want to talk about two already finished airing dramas recently. Both of them aired on Tencent. They are in no way related at all. I'm putting them in one video is just because I finished watching them. I'm here to be your lab rat. One is a period idol drama based on a web novel, 榜上加序 Serendipity. The other is a drama that's set in 1940s Southeast Asia, original script work, so it's not based on any existing web novel, 时称 Shanghai Contenders. So let's first talk about 榜上加序 Serendipity. As usual, the sections will be time-coded. Serendipity is a 40 episodes period idol drama based on a novel called 榜下贵婿. It's actually the same meaning, it's just a different way of saying it. It literally means a precious son-in-law that gets caught under the announcement of the exam result. Because in ancient Chinese society, going through the exam, getting good result is the first step of becoming an official. People want to marry their daughters to the highly potential politicians of the future. That's kind of the idea of the title. The drama is led by Wang Ziqi, Lu Yuxiao, Wang Hongyi. I'd say they are the three most important roles. It's not set in a specific time, but it's mostly based on Song Dynasty type of vibe and look. Our male lead character and female lead character, they grew up in the same city, and they're kind of childhood friends, and two families know each other. She comes from a business family, and she's already running the family business at like 16, 17, so pretty successful business young lady. She always liked this guy who is the potential future big politician because he's a very good student and it's likely that he's gonna do very well in exams. He comes from, relatively speaking, lesser of a financially well-off family, brought up by a single mother. Later, you'll find out who he really is, but earlier on, he's just one of those poor scholars. The story starts with the girl's family is trying to get the guy and marry him into their family, whereas the guy actually likes the girl, but he refuses it because he wants to investigate the case of his teacher, which he believed is a good person and got wronged and then died in a corruption case. It's likely that he's gonna get himself into a lot of trouble by doing that. So he doesn't want to take the girl on, marry her so that get her into trouble too, so he refuses it. Right after that, something tragic happens to the girl's family, killing everybody in her family apart from herself, and she lost memory. To keep her safe and hide her identity, he therefore claimed she is his younger sister. And they all traveled to the capital to take the official exam. And during those months, obviously things are gonna happen, and eventually it's gonna get to the point where the girl remembers and then find out who she really is and she is in love with him and all that kind of thing. Along with that, the guy is gonna find out who his real father is, and then he's gonna obviously get involved in the court politics and exams and fights for the future throne between princess, and at the end it's all good, everything is happy because it's idol period drama. So what is worth watching about this drama and what is not so worth watching about this drama? On the positive end of things, number one, for most part of the story, I feel all the characters on paper are normal people. By which I mean they have a normal sense of how the world works. In many idol period dramas, you often see people act in ways that does not actually follow common sense. I managed to watch through 40 episodes of this drama. I think one big reason is it gives you a picture of an ensemble characters who are all sensible, normal people. Second point, another small thing that I appreciate is there is no female characters in this story, whoever they are supporting main, who are written as tool person. You know the typical thing that happens in idol dramas where you have a very two-dimensional, paper-thin, shallow, bitching girls who tries to compete against our female lead for no good reason. It's like the fact that our female lead character exists is a threat to their existence. For example, the bad concubine's daughter, you know, all that type of thing that happens. In this drama, very interestingly, no female characters is being treated in that very shallow way. And even when there are people for a unit part of the story that includes some type of domestic power struggle between women, how they resolve it and how these people come to terms with what they've done is basically written and done by very decent characters and writers. There's no ill intention behind writing that type of very commonly seen very distasteful female characters. You don't get that in the dramas. On the contrary, you have girls being really understanding and helpful to each other, even in situations where they are not friends and sometimes even in a sense enemies. They don't resolve to very distasteful things you often see in crappy stories of how women hurt each other. So in a story, whichever society groups and age group you belong to as a female character, whether you are the main and supporting or very, very extra characters, almost everybody is treated as a person first. And I highly appreciate that. It doesn't happen to all dramas. One of the reasons again that sustained me through the drama is even though it's not perfectly written, I can totally sense the good intention, the kindness from the scriptwriters towards their characters. The last point would be the main characters acting are okay. If you average everybody out, like Wang Ziqi, Lu Yuxiao, Wang Hongyi, and another 2 or 3 people who show up all the time on screen, it doesn't have certain high profile, even more successful idol period dramas problem where actually the leads acting sometimes is so bad that it's just because they have big enough fandom that people cheer them on. But anybody who has any rationality and having enough understanding of how acting and dramatic storytelling work would be actually thinking, what kind of shit am I looking at? You have a lot of those type of dramas these days in China. I'm not going to point out which one it is. I think you would have that in your heart and in your mind if you've watched enough already. In this drama, actually everybody evened out is acceptable. Yes, there are stronger and weaker ones, but nobody is too bad to take you out of the story. And since I didn't expect any great things in the department, overall I actually get quite satisfied with the end result of the whole drama. I would say if you like Wang Ziqi, Lu Yuxiao, Wang Hongyi, any of those specific people that are the leads, watching this drama pretty much is safe for you. Then let's talk about what's not good about this drama. In case you're wondering, I wouldn't highly recommend this drama to anybody who wants to say, I want to go into a Chinese period idol drama. There are better choices. If you don't watch this one, you're unlikely to miss much. First, in an ideal world, the script needs to be tightened. Because its main storyline is pretty clear, there's a lot of redundant little information here and there that doesn't need to be there. It has a watered down element, which is unfortunately a problem for 90% of Chinese dramas these days. Second, its production quality is very mediocre. Among all the shot in 2024, aired in 2025 type of period idol dramas, this is not a high budget drama. You can tell from its costume, set design, lighting. You've seen better. Okay, you've seen a lot better period dramas in Chinese drama these days. Pretty much since late 2010s, we've done better than that up to now. So basically, if you don't like looking at unrefined things, then this drama, just skip it. You're not gonna lose much. You're not gonna also get any aesthetic enjoyment by looking at the pictures in this drama. That's just how I put it. The third point, towards the end, it rushed too much, and then the ending is a little bit too child's play. It got serious. It got to like throne. It got princess who's trying to take the throne from the ill emperor. It talks about the guy's family background, the father, and they kind of just tie everything up so quickly at the end. In the last bit, just people got killed and it's done. The earlier parts are the better parts. The later parts got rushed. There's unnecessary death. And I feel like they just don't know how to tie up certain characters. So they resolve to very simple, just kill them all. I mean, you've already done so much work previously. Why don't you just work a little bit harder for the ending? At least something different. It's too can't wait to finish, therefore we do it kind of ending. Last point. That is not ideal. Although I've said average out, this is actually acceptable level of acting from the leads. I still think there are 2 main leading roles played by actors who are lacking in department. Or I feel either they haven't personally put enough work or the directors really didn't really care about good quality work. By that I mean the actress Lu Yuxiao and the actor Wang Hongyi. Wang Hongyi plays the second male lead. He is the competition, basically, for the girls' attention. His relationship with Wang Ziqi's character is really interesting. They are competitors, but they're also friends. They are on the same boat, politically speaking, and then they eventually end up working together. But at the same time, he is interested in the girl, so he wants Lu Yuxiao's character's attention, and Lu Yuxiao's character obviously ended up with Wang Ziqi. So they have this sort of enemy, frenemy kind of also bromance mixed relationship. So if you compare the bro kind of acting between Wang Ziqi and Wang Hongyi when they are acting together, or when they're acting in the guy relationship, for example, with other guys, he is not as good an actor as Wang Ziqi in this story. Quite a distance in between. If you compare to, say, the girl and guy relationship, for example, Wang Ziqi and Lu Yixiao playing a couple, and then Lu Yixiao and Wang Hongyi playing a couple, right? Again, Wang Hongyi in that kind of dynamic with a girl is also not as good an actor as Wang Ziqi. In an ideal world, you'd hope in an idol period drama, if there's two guy, one girl kind of situation, you want the two guys to be on par. Otherwise, the story is not interesting because clearly you see a winner there. Wang Hongyi is appearance-wise like a good-looking guy, but his acting is quite lacking. Quite a bit behind male lead actor, and even to some extent to the female lead. So he's too weak an actor to sell the story. As for Lu Yixiao, a lot of people complain about her, like while the drama was airing online, saying she doesn't look pretty enough. But I feel a lot of people probably didn't watch the drama. Because in the drama, she's never set up as the prettiest. She's a young businesswoman, at the core a very good person and very intelligent and clever. But she's never set up as the prettiest girl out there. She never is. So that's not the story's setup, at least when you watch the drama, it's never been mentioned in that way. I feel actually her acting is pretty good in the story. The only thing is I think she is, well, not well prepared enough. Like if you want to go into such a period drama, you probably need to train how you hold your body, your posture. To an extent, you have to have something outstanding as a lead that immediately makes people aware. For example, in a white shot, there are many girls, you're the one who stand out. Now, you need help from styling, obviously, from costume, makeup, but also you have to kind of get yourself into that zone of like spotlight on me. She is too not spotlight on me. She's not bad in this drama at all. Her acting, actually, most of the time, I'm pretty happy with her acting. It's just she is too not spotlight on me, and she disappears among all the other girls who are supposedly to be supporting roles, but look a lot more like leading roles than her. For Serendipity, it's watchable. You're unlikely to get super impressed by anything of this drama, but I don't think you're gonna get offended by much of it either. And towards the end, just get prepared. It's going to be very, very rushed. So that is my opinion on the drama Serendipity. Moving on to the next one, 师承上海. This is made by Changxing Chuanmei, which is the company that made many dramas, including the series of Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. And you can look at the cast, right? You can see all the familiar faces that come from Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. In terms of the story, it's original creation of a scriptwriter who's worked with Guo Jingyu, which is the owner of the company and the producer of the drama and producer of Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty and biological older brother of Yang Zhigang. It's basically his work. It is directed by Juxing Mao, who also has directed many dramas from Changxing Chuanmei, including the right now ongoing 10th anniversary of The Ferryman. So it's like if you know the world of Changxing Chuanmei, this company, and all the stuff they've done previously, this is just another work from theirs. So this drama, 师承上海 Contenders, is talking about overseas Chinese people, more specifically a gangster group called Shanhai Bang, the mountain and sea. In the 1940s, Nanyang, which is Southeast Asia, the drama never specifically says a country, but it says it's Lion City and, it's kind of Singapore. I think they built the set that's based on historical photos. Parts of it is shot in Malaysia too. So this drama is done in Southeast Asia and then it's set in that time. And this is like a tradition of this company. It has done a couple of other projects that are set in that geolocation and time. It's kind of tied to their history. And as I was watching this drama, I do get the feeling like they want to open another universe apart from the very successful Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. They want to have another universe that's also made by very similar makeup of the team of the company, even repeated actors, and then it's in Nanyang. And this drama has future seasons, at least that's their plan. At the end of the drama, you'll see they are saying their future story that will happen. Although it's 49 episodes, each episode is only 20 minutes, and that counts in the opening and ending credits. In its actual content, it's about 17 minutes, something like that. So when you think about 49, it's more like a 22 to 24 episodes, traditional 45 minutes per episode drama. And the drama is led by two definitive leads, would be Wei Zi and Yang Xuwen. And then it also includes other very familiar faces such as Yue Lina, and a huge amount of Hong Kong actors. Many Hong Kong actors. I think pretty much everybody got dubbed, apart from a couple of older actors like Wei Zi and Yue Lina. Most of the other people, particularly if they're from Hong Kong, they got dubbed. And Yang Xunwen also got dubbed by the same voice dubber who dubbed Lu Linfeng in Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. So it almost feels like Zhong Langjiang reincarnated into the 1940s. And it's a story that happens mostly around this gangster group. In their previous history, somebody who actually has a lot of power, who has left the group, came back after the death of their leader and tried to establish new rule, and how he tries to integrate the group into the ever more modernized and legalized world around them. And in that process, the older guy's relationship with the younger guy, played by Yang Xuwen, who is the son of the previous leader of this group. Anyway, it's that type of Heibang story, the men's story. Most of the characters are guys. In this drama, the female characters are very sparse and they really are decorative instead of instrumental. It's pretty much all male, very male story. Bad, good, young, old. It's a guy's story. It is one of those dramas that when I was watching it, it's okay. When I put it down, I don't necessarily have an urge to go back to it. Let me first talk about what is worth watching about it. On the positive end, point number one, its texture is pretty good. Its production standard is pretty good. Very intentionally designed with its color and its style, its lighting, because it's set in Southeast Asia, the kind of constant heat wave and people in linen suits and always kind of like semi-sweaty all the time. It really gets very well captured and translated into visual and into the look of the drama. So it's geolocation. Even when they don't tell you specifically, just look at the picture, you kind of get it. Because it's a men's story. It's all guys. So there's hardly any beautifying and it's very honest with look and skin texture. And I guess like all the middle-aged and older guys, they don't care about wrinkle smoothing. So most of the time it has that cinematic, gritty, well-captured, imagined sort of Southeast Asian look. And if that's your cup of tea, it's great. To me, really don't like hot weather. Personally, I actually don't enjoy the very heated look that everybody is constantly sort of situated in this drama. That probably is one of the reasons that I don't really enjoy watching this drama, but it's not the drama's fault. It's my fault, okay? It actually does a good job of representing that kind of atmosphere 24/7. Second thing about this drama that is good is because this is a Changxing Chuanmei drama, like all its dramas, it doesn't really play the traffic game. It doesn't have any of those mess that's attached to the drama outside of the drama itself. In a way, it's a rare breed these days. So that is also a good thing because you can completely just focus on the characters, on the stories. You don't have to worry about any glorifying of the super idol that has to look good 24/7. And in this drama, it's not like that. It's like all Changxing Chuanmei stories are stories first, characters first, actors later, right? We don't care about who you are in other places. You're just an actor in our story. And because this drama casts so many older actors in their 50s, 60s, above, fandom is not a thing for them. So it's kind of like fandom free. The third thing is, if you really like men's story. Remember the old days of like 80s, 90s, even earlier, like the Hong Kong movie era where there's a lot of gangster group movies. Not that common now because dramas are mostly tailored to female audiences. That's just how the demographics of watchers work. So a very pure, sort of like super masculine and almost only focused on male character story is very rare these days in Chinese drama, and this is one of that. And it has a very strong vibe of the old-fashioned Hong Kong dramas and movies. And I think also because it dubs most of the actors to incorporate all the Hong Kong actors, they dub them with the familiar voices that always dub them. And those voice actors has a particular way of speaking their lines that's in the Hong Kong television dubbing tradition, and that needs to influence the mainland dubbers who dub the mainland actors, so resulting in a really interesting sort of sound, almost audio world of this drama where it sounds very different from the typical mainland produced dubbed dramas. And I think it only works if you understand Chinese just by listening and you've watched enough mainland Hong Kong production and you know all the things that all those actors have done previously. Gangster story TVB vibe. If you like that thing, an old man story, you can go and check this out. It probably wouldn't disappoint you. And because it's gangster, so there will always be like street fighting, right? Fist punching, quite a lot of like gun shoots, bloody and quite brutal and graphic scenes and showing violence. So all those things put together, this is a very unique production. You definitely are not gonna get another one that in any way looks similar to it this year. But then, like I said, this is not the drama that I super look forward to the second season. I kind of don't care. So what is not so ideal to me after watching 49 episodes, although it's really just 24? I'd say first is the plot is actually surprisingly not that engaging. The story didn't really set up everything very well. You need to give the audiences time to get familiar with these people, know their background story, kind of fall in love with them. Somehow I feel the story is so focused on let's have things happening, let's have a plot moving, let's not slow down at any point, that I never really got properly introduced to those main people. I never even know who they are and felt in any way related or sort of resonating with them. And then the story already starts and I'm being rushed by the plot. It's in a way kind of being, I'd say, kidnapped by the trend of making everything short. Somehow I feel they're very eager and worried about not being engaging enough. Therefore, they're too pushing it. Therefore, I actually never got engaged. It's like I never even got on the train. The train is already running by, so I can only stand on the platform and watching the train go by. I cannot actually get on the train. I never got on the train. That's how I feel about the story. Second, I feel the script writing work probably is not the best thing that this producer guy should be doing. Compared to the guy who wrote Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty, they're like on different levels writers. They almost decide we have to have this plot happening, therefore we work backwards, we have to make this character do something. By doing that, it makes this character extremely unlikable and annoying. For example, the character Zhongxing in the story, who is a main supporting role. For the later part of the plot, a couple of very important plot that happens because this Zhongxing character is so easily manipulated and frankly speaking stupid. To have those plot happening, you have to make him do certain stupid things, which makes him look like a dumbass. Then it makes it absolutely not making sense for the elders of the gangs to hope like he could like inherit and somehow is a hopeful candidate of the future sort of heir of this whole gangster group. You can also question about his morals, right? If somebody's principles can so easily be swayed about things and their trusting other people can so easily be taken away, that means there's something wrong with this person themselves. And I really cannot deal with his stupidity towards the later part of the drama. I almost quit the drama multiple times just because I'm like, oh my god, you're making him doing that stupid thing again because you really want that plot to happen, but you can't find any other way to make it happen. So you force him to be stupid so that he does stupid things. And also it's same thing regards the female, the only younger female character who is important, which is Nanping, which is the daughter of Wei Zi's character and whatever sister quotation mark with Liu Zhendong. She's also written as such a typical shallow female character who is very self-righteous but actually knows nothing about how the world works and constantly gets herself into trouble. And therefore everybody has to go and save her and then creates all the drama. She's like the female version of the Zhongxing character that just annoys me to no end. It's almost the same as the Bai Yuning character in The Roommate is a detective. And if that character annoys you, in this drama, the Nanping character will annoying you in the exact same way. I'm like, maybe Guo Jingyu should stop writing stories. He should just be a producer and find other scriptwriters, particularly when you try to write female characters, right? Because previously, Changxin Chuanmei has done other works that writes ridiculous female characters. It's not the actor's fault, okay? It's the scriptwriter's fault. You can't write characters like that and hope people are gonna just like let it go. I can't. It ruins the drama for me. The last point, Wu Qihua plays the bad guy, like the ultimate bad guy in the story, pretty much. And I find it's really funny that he's so bad, but so obviously bad in so obviously bad way. And somehow there are characters in the story who never see through that, who got fooled by him until like very end almost. I'm like, what? Clearly, like, again, it's the stupid female character journalist. If you set up a really bad person in the story who is like the reason behind all the calamities, you kind of have to also give him depth and reason to match up. Otherwise, it's an unfair fight between the good and the bad people because the bad is just bad and for not really an essential reason. He has reasons in the story, he tells you, he talks about that multiple times, but you never actually get details. You don't get him play that out in details. He doesn't integrate that into him being a real person. Therefore, Although the actor does a good enough job, but at the end of the day, when the bad people gets defeated or whatever, you kind of like, yeah, you don't feel in any way a little bit sad and a little bit, oh, what a pity. He gets what he deserves, but he has his reasons. Like, you ideally want the bad people to, even when they eventually lose, there's a level of tragedy that's in it. In a drama, it's like bad people is just bad. They get what they deserve, great, move on. I wouldn't say I feel I wasted my time watching it, but I really didn't get that much out of it either. I don't really look forward to the second season. Just to me, it's if it happens, I'll take a look. If it doesn't, I'll forget about it. So at the end of this video, I'm saying these two Tencent dramas I've spent time watching, both of them are watchable in their own way. Both of them are nothing super impressive. Both of them are things I'm pretty sure in a couple of months' time, I'm gonna pretty much forget about them and move on to other things. It's a pity that it couldn't be better than this, but I guess it's fortunate that it's not worse than this. And as I'm filming this video today, we've got new dramas releasing again. I have to go and deal with them. Dramas never end. That should be the end of this combined review of the drama Serendipity and Contenders. Thank you for watching Helping You Next. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.